Your campaign this time around, if foreigners, if Russia, if China, if someone else offers you information on an opponent, should they accept it or should they call the FBI?
I think maybe you do both. I think you might want to listen. There's nothing wrong with listening. If somebody called from a country, Norway, we have information on your opponent. Oh, I think I'd want to hear it.
You want that kind of interference in our elections?
It's not an interference. They have information. I think I'd take it. If I thought there was something wrong, I'd go maybe to the FBI if I thought there was something wrong. But when somebody comes up with Oppo research, right? They come up with Oppo research. Oh, let's call the FBI. The FBI doesn't have enough agents to take care of it. But you go and talk honestly to congressmen. They all do it. They always have. And that's the way it is. It's called Oppo research.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about what you just saw, which was a short clip from this program on ABC News called 30 Hours. It was a special, kind of a one-time thing between President Trump, of course, and George Stephanopoulos. They were talking about a few different things in the Oval Office and out, and if you want to see that full program, I'll link to it in the box below. But that clip we just saw seems to be the most widespread thing all over social media, all over the internets, all over the media in general, mainstream media. People are trying to say that Trump is somehow advocating for breaking the law, that he is not following the rules of the nation, and he's talking about sedition, this, that, and the third. Now, we got to back up a little bit here to just break down what he said and see if there's any kind of illegality, if others have done it, and what happened to them, and some more things. First of all, if he gets a call from somebody and they say a thing about somebody else, is that necessarily an illegal action to happen? I don't think so. Trump meets with heads of state and other people that are from foreign governments all the time, and they talk about a lot of different things. If in the conversation, let's say Theresa May, for example, says that Hillary Clinton has low energy and she's not really good, or if Joe Biden, he's an old guy, he won't really do well in the campaign. Now, that's information about your opponent. Now, is that illegal? Should he call the FBI because that was said? You have to understand the way these questions are asked, they can be used against people in the future. If Trump were to say, anytime a foreign agent, governor, mayor, president, prime minister, whatever it is, anytime they call me and say a thing about somebody else, I got to call the FBI. Now, I mean, you got to call the FBI for anything. Theresa May might say Joe Biden smells bad. When he takes off his shoes, the whole room gets knocked out. That's information about your opponent. Now, I know it's kind of a silly example, but that's how they do. They'll take little things like that and be like, oh, okay, well, you lied. Or you didn't call the FBI when you should have. That's how they operate. That's how the whole Bob Mueller thing was going on, where they're subpoenaing guys and they're locking guys up for, perjury. That's how they would get them on, little ticky-tack stuff like that. So when you answer a question, you got to be right and exact. And Trump was right and exact. The media are trying to say that Trump would take, classify information, documents he shouldn't have, and then maybe not tell the FBI. But in his answer, he was saying if something was wrong, then I would call the FBI. It's okay to talk to a foreign national about your opponent. That's not a thing that has never happened before. That always happens. It's called Oppo research. But when it gets to illegalities and some things that shouldn't be said, some classified information or some money exchanging hands, then it becomes a problem. Now, these laws aren't really enforced too well, or at least they're not enforced on all people, because let's talk about Hillary Clinton. This is the elephant in the room, the biggest elephant in the room. Before we even get to the emails and all that kind of stuff, let's talk about her husband, Slick Willie. While Hillary Clinton was, I think, Secretary of State or senator or something, while she was in government, Slick Willie was getting paid $500,000 from the Russian Federation for speeches, a 15-minute speech, $500,000. So apparently that speech ain't worth that much, if not for Hillary Clinton being in government. Did Hillary Clinton do anything that was favorable to the Russian Federation? Maybe. The whole Uranium One deal, 20% of United States uranium supply went to Russia. Okay, maybe that was going on while he was getting paid. A lot of that money from foreign agents coming through the Clinton Foundation. Okay, so if the Clintons are getting paid by foreign agents to possibly have favorable results for them while they're in government in the U.S., is that legal? Trump didn't say he would take money or reach out to them to get some illegal stuff, but they did, and that's okay. And beyond that, let's talk about the FISA warrant. Hillary Clinton's campaign paid a British national through Fusion GPS for Russian dirt intel on Trump. That was in turn given to the FBI. The FBI used that to execute the FISA warrant on Trump to spy on him during the campaign. Okay, so you got money exchanging hands, you got Russian dirt being given, all of that to potentially hurt your opponent. So is that not illegal? If we're going to say that Trump was wrong for even having a conversation with somebody in which a thing could have been said about somebody else and maybe not calling the FBI to alert them that it was wrong, then we can't ignore what Hillary Clinton did by actually paying a foreign agent, Christopher Steele, or British national, to get dirt from the Russian Federation to use against Trump. And then on top of that, the dirt was fake. It was phony. It was like fan fiction. It was lies. So you're paying to get lies, misinformation. The FISA warrant was obtained illegally because the information that the FISA warrant granting was based on was false. But that's not illegal. Nobody goes to jail. That's not really a question. When you ask liberals about this, when you say, well, what about Hillary Clinton and what about Obama? Not even really looking into the whole spying situation, not even looking into the election interference. When you say those things, they just want to dismiss like it's nothing. They don't really want to get into it because they know what's really going on. They know that Trump, that's kind of a reach, but they're trying to just grasp at straws, anything they can. When George was asking him that question, he was like, oh, you would take the interference? Well, where's the interference? Okay. If a person I'm talking to on the phone from a different country, which he does all the time, says that Joe Biden is low energy, Joe Biden does not have this, he does not have that, he does not have the juice that it takes to be able to win. I mean, does that count as a thing you got to tell the FBI? And if you don't, would you get in trouble for that? Would that be breaking the law? I think not. And if it is breaking the law, let's apply the law to everybody, not just our political opponents, which would be the nature of the law to begin with. We can't use foreign agents, foreign money, etc. to hurt our political opponents. So that's pretty much all I got. What say you? Do you think that Trump was correct in what he said as it relates to the answer of, well, if you talk to somebody on the phone from a different country and had dirt on your opponent or whatever, would you call the FBI? Was he correct in his response or was he incorrect? If he was incorrect, then you got to explain why others have done things that are worse than what he did in the same vein as what he did, but did not get any kind of scrutiny on them. They did not get investigated. They didn't get questioned. Nobody said, oh, that was illegal. And when I say nobody, I mean the mainstream media. They're not going to say, oh, that was illegal. If you're going to have laws, let's let everybody be affected by the law evenly. Let's not over pursue some people and leave others alone. That's not how law in America should work. If we're going to have a safe, secure, and fair nation for all. But whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.